demand that to be put in before it can find stuff in the sky. The telescope has to know where in the world it is to be able to find something up there. So obviously, if I'm in Panama, it's going to have a different fix in Panama than here. Okay. Here's your compass. Typical old-time compass.
Well,
And here's all your times.
What do I do next?
yours says on, mine says no.
Because you turn
Yeah,
true
I
north.
should.
Sunrise time, sunset
connected.
time. One other thing you should probably know, everybody should know some of it anywhere, that we go by daylight and nighttime, right? Okay? Well, the world doesn't really go by that. In astronomy, we write this down,
Let me see what happens.
copy it. And even when you take your driver's test, they tell you, you have to turn on your lights at a certain point. You can't wait till it's dark, right?
Right.
So you have your horizon, let's say here, and you have your sun. Okay. So you have 6, 12, and 18 degrees. This is 0. This is horizon. So when the sun is down here, or here, or here, there are different things. So this is called civil twilight, nautical, and astronomical. So if you want to take pictures at night of the stars, the sun has to be 18 degrees below the horizon before it's dark. This would be semi-dark, more dark, and this would be, so this is when night starts officially around the world. Not the same time, but when the sun is 18 degrees below the horizon, their horizon, that's when nighttime starts. And then the same thing going up. When you go up to the horizon again, and you have what? Sunrise. So if you're into photography, or you like pretty pictures, the hour before this, and hour here, that's called the golden hour. That's when you see the beautiful skies. We had last week, a couple of days, we had the sky and the whole land was all reddish. Remember that day? But that's the best time to take pictures of things,
Whoa, you gotta-
especially if you're doing portrait photography of people. It's better to take them here than when the sun's way up here, high noon. So photography and other things, they call it golden hour. This is civil twilight. This is when the lights in your car have to go on. Okay, and then down here it's going to be dark.
Are you working up your hotspot?
Mhm.
Oh, that makes a difference.
Mhm.
So there you have sunrise, sunset, GPS time, and somebody asked how these things affected, I think, how these things work. Like anything, it's a radio signal coming down from very high up in the sky. There's a clock on your receiver, okay, and there's a clock up there. So these clocks sync together, and it measures that distance, and it's a long algebraic equation, depending on how many satellites you're using. That's on Wikipedia too for the mathematicians. And then this thing calculates from that equation, and it tells you where you're at. And here is a map. If you go down to the next one, it's a map showing you where you are.
This is the corner.
Mm-hmm.
That dot down there shows us where we're at. Okay? Now, I don't think we'll have time to go into the GP test, but if you want to try it for the next class, next week there is no class. But for the following Monday, we'll continue with the rest of this. So if you put on GP test, one of the advantages of GP tests are there's a couple advantages. One, it gives you this kind of stuff. In other words, when you're driving a car, you go like this and you turn right or you turn left. On a drone, when you go like this here, you may go like this or like that. Okay, and then you also may go like this or like that. So you have a few more things to worry about on a drone. They call that yaw, Y-A-W.
Starting to,
And so on. So the bottom line is that one will measure that for you. Okay. Not so much for the drone, but for example, if you on my telescope, if I want to know the telescope 45-degree angle, for example, I can put it on there and it'll tell me the angle above the horizon. It's got, if you all know what a bubble leveler is,
No.
it's got a bubble on it.
That was important to me.
This one doesn't
Yeah,
have
I
that.
would think so.
The other one, I think it's that one. Let me go back.
Did it come with
Yeah.
paperwork? Instructions?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the
Even, it even
artillery,
has it in Spanish.
Army artillery,
Okay, wait a
if you're
minute.
shooting these cannons on the tanks and artillery and so on, from 0 to 360 is not quite enough mathematics to be accurate. You don't want to land a shell on your troops, right? That's called friendly fire. You want to land it on the enemy. So on the other one, GP status, it will measure this in
that's a P, not an H. I can't read it
in what they
right.
call MILS, M-I-L-S.
And it's going to have that Spanish